Best in podcasts, the best in town. You wanna get up, get ready to get down. With its big wide sky and the wild river Tame. If you wanna go, we can take you there. Through Great Falls, Montana.
Welcome to the greatest damn town in Montana. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
And I'm Shannon Newth.
And we're no damn experts. Today in the studio, you'll have not just myself and Shannon, but you will have people who are probably the most extreme Great Falls champions I've ever met in my life. And I wanted to save this for the podcast, but I'll just save it. I'll just say it now because we're in the podcast.
We're in the podcast. Yeah, I was going to say we are rolling. We are recording.
People who have devoted their retirement to working harder than they have ever worked in their jobs.
Mm-hmm. That's what retirement's about, right? Yeah.
And this is all done in order to bring our community and a focus on our community for live music. So I'm welcoming to the studio people I have had the pleasure to work with for a number of years now. Mm-hmm. Sheila Rice and Tom Nelson. Welcome.
Yay. Welcome. Hello. We're glad you're here.
Thank you.
So to give us some background, you're going to talk about Big River Ruckus today, but you each have a separate area of this monstrosity that you are experts in. So Sheila, tell us what your expertise is, and then we'll ask Tom.
Well, my responsibilities for the Big River Ruckus Committee are really organizational, fundraising. We've had very generous sponsors, including Tourism Great Falls, participate in funding the Ruckus for 2 years in a row. And then also publicity. I do a lot of hand-to-hand, like, here's this card about the Big River Ruckus. Hope to see you there.
Yeah, that's some of the best advertising. You walk up face-to-face.
And then, Tom, what do you bring to this group?
Well, I love music. I love live music. And, so that would be my focus for the Big River Ruckus. In addition to the Big River Ruckus, things I've been historically involved in with live music in Great Falls has been Root Boy Productions for a little over a decade, managing the music for the Harvest Howl for about 14, 15 years now. And we also do a cute little music festival in Nyhart over Labor Day weekend called the Nyhart Festival. And then there's Big River Ruckus. This is our second year for Big River Ruckus, and I'm really excited about our lineup.
So you're the expert on negotiating contracts, finding talent, all that kind of stuff. That's what you do.
Yep.
all the fun behind the scenes paperwork and logistics.
And just a huge shout out for Root Boy Productions. We've already had one concert so far. We've got 2 more coming up. Is that correct? Or
That's
am I
right.
making that? Oh, I'm right.
August 5th, Amanda Platt, and September 10th, Sarah Borges. Both of them are out at 40 Nursery.
Yeah, I have them on my calendar every year, and I don't know why I haven't made it out. But that seems to be like the coolest venue in
it's
town
really pretty
for like
out
that
there.
intimate, small, unique spot. So we've got that part.
Yeah,
done.
if you're looking for live music in the summer in Great Falls, there's a plentiful amount of it to find.
Would you say we have the most live music in the entire state?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would say that too. I'm not going to ask Tom because he'd probably tell us the truth.
He'd probably tell us otherwise. I mean, you're asking me the no damn expert, but yes, in my no damn expert opinion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Tom, do you agree with us?
Well,
he's like, do you want the truth or do you want me to go along with what you're saying?
that Log Jam and Kettle House does quite a bit. But, I'm really impressed this year. And, the Beacon, I think, has really stepped it up with
they do have a lot this year.
The level and quality of their outdoor shows. And, it's fun. I think the Newberry's in their first year of business. And so this is the first summer with the Newberry, and they've got some great shows in lineup.
And, at State Fair also,
Yeah, that's coming up here
6 or 7
very
great
soon.
shows at the State Fair as well.
Yeah. I love live music. We do a weekly email called the Eventory where we list everything that's going on.
It's a made-up word, but it fits.
It is. I mean, we've
Eventory.
created our own rules around here. And so when we're going through, we're seeing who's like at the Celtic Cowboy or who's at the Do Bar. And even though they might be some local bands, they're good singers and instrument players, we'll call them. They do a pretty good job. So,
well, there's always, Joel Corda at the Sip and Dip is there all the time too. So we have pretty constant musical acts available.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, you two are no strangers to Great Falls. How long have you been in this community?
Well, I'm pretty much a lifer. Luckily, I'm pretty much a lifer. So I moved here when I was 3 years old. I was born in Anaconda and came to Great Falls. And you're right. I am a Great Falls booster. It is so much fun to live here. There is so much going on all the time. Sunday we were down at Giant Springs listening to Rob and Halliday Quist.
Yep.
Perfect setting, beautiful day. The pelicans were out on the river. So there's no end to great things to do in Great Falls. But I love the people here. I got a big family that all lives here. So it's a pretty cool place.
Yeah. And you've been a big part of what's made it so great over the time that you've been here too, Sheila.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Sheila, for all you listeners, led our Neighbor Works effort here in our community, as well as Neighbor Works Montana, which is a different organization. And that's just the recent stuff. Tell us more.
Well, my first job, just kidding. No, I worked for the gas company, for Great Falls Gas Company, now Energy West, for 25 years. Great opportunity, great job. And then when I had the capability to go to work for NeighborWorks and do housing for 15 years, how can you pass that up?
No, it sounds like I'm an architectural nerd. So anytime and we've said this on the podcast before, I will walk at night as the sun is setting so people have their lights on in their house so I can peer in their windows and see what they look like.
That's
I have
not
issues.
creepy at all. Yeah.
No, it's normal. Tom, how long have you been in this grand city?
Yeah, I moved here about 21 years ago from Minnesota. I spent about a 40-year career as an accountant, and I moved here for work at D.A. Davidson, great firm, and retired a couple years ago, and love living in Great Falls and don't want to move anywhere else.
Yeah, see? That's what happens here.
Yeah.
Gets in your
Sucks
blood.
you in, but in a good way. Yes.
So, I love the way Sheila tells the story of how Big River Ruckus is created.
And I haven't heard this story.
Oh.
No, I haven't
So
heard this.
tell us the story of why you decided to create Big River Ruckus.
It's mostly Rebecca's fault.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that's the setup.
So in early 2019, I believe it was, the Great Falls Tourism Group said, we need a multi-day event. Didn't even say music, just said we need a multi-day event in Great Falls. And so we're willing to fund it. And they sort of put out a request for proposal and said, we'll be able to fund this to this amount and let's go for it. So I get wind of that and then call my buddy Tom, who knows music up and down, and my buddy Mike Weir, who knows how operations for something like this work, because we've all worked together for years and years on Harvest Hell, and said, let's do this. And so they said, yeah, okay.
Like that, very hesitant,
And we presented it to the tourism board, and they said, we really like this idea. We want to go forward, bring us more detail. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
So then we kind of lost that year, but tourism was still there for us and said, we still want to do something. And so we did Big River Ruckus 1, which was 2021. Great venue right on the river, Elks Riverside Park. Just was fabulous. Our attendance was a little dampened by the Delta variant, which had just weeks before
just
that
reared
had occurred.
its head right before then.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And the other thing we did that's a little unique is said, well, let's have music, but let's see what else we can do too. So the library last year and this year did some literary things and some kids art. And then we had some sports events that I'll talk about later that are happening this year as well. So we did 2021 and actually made a little profit, which means that we made money to put into the next year because we're a nonprofit, so there's not really a profit. It's a net surplus, I guess. And so, boom, just started doing 2022. And a big part of that was in December, we started asking our sponsors, will you sponsor us again, and finding new sponsors. And if they hadn't come through, and if tourism hadn't come through, there wouldn't be a Big River Ruckus. It's really the support of tourism, Cascade County, and the businesses in Great Falls that make this happen.
So we're going to focus on the music for a little bit. Who's coming? Well,
I was just going to ask something because I'm just taking a step back. So we keep saying Big River Ruckus. We've mentioned the music, but what is Big River Ruckus? How would you describe what the event now is as we go into 2022?
Oh, great question. So I describe Big River Ruckus as a multi-day music event with art activities and sports activities.
Okay, there we go. I just wanted to lay the groundwork.
I would call it a music festival.
Yep,
Okay.
music festival is a great
festival
word for
with
it.
some
Stuff.
other
some
events
additions
to go along with that. Okay,
And
perfect.
honestly, folks, anytime anything happens in Great Falls, it's going to be a featured event with other stuff happening.
And it also comes amidst more art and creativity.
Some might even say
an
an all arts festival.
arts fest happening in that time. Yes. Okay, back to your question.
Okay, so there we go. Back on track. Who's playing this year?
Well, we have a great lineup, and I'm excited. And maybe I'll preface it by saying, of course, you know how I love my live music. And I'm looking at my schedule over the next 3 weekends, and there's nothing better than this live music outdoors in our beautiful state of Montana. So this coming weekend is Sarah Calhoun's Red Ants Pants Festival out by White Sulphur. The weekend after is the Blues Festival in Billings. And oh my God, it's coming up so soon. The third week after is our Big River Ruckus out at the beautiful Elks Riverside Park right in our backyard here in Great Falls. And I'm so excited. I think we have a great lineup for Friday night and Saturday. We're going to start Friday night at 5 o'clock with the local Great Falls band, the Lin Band. That would be Melissa Disculius, the singing realtor. And I think they do a great job. Her instrumentalists in her band are some of the finest in town. You've got Rob Kohler, Rod Choen, and Gary Atwell. I think they play a lot around the community, and we want to support them. And I'm really happy about how they support us. And they play popular sort of cover songs that everybody enjoys. Melissa's a great singer and a great instrumentalist, and they're a lot of fun. So that would be our local band open things up Friday night at 5 o'clock. Then, and maybe I'll skip ahead a little bit. We'll have another, what I call a local act, starting things off Saturday at 1 o'clock. Now, that's local out of Billings, local Montana band, John Roberts y Pan Blanco. And very, in my mind, sort of different, unique, entertaining. It's sort of a big band sound. He plays the trombone. They've got a big production. They might describe themselves as Afro, Latin, funk, or soul, or fusion. I mean, it's just sort of hard to describe. Different kind of act, and I think people tend to enjoy them.
Yeah.
So that's opening up Friday and Saturday with 2 Montana musicians. The rest of our lineup are national professional touring artists playing their own music. So Friday night at 7 o'clock, our second act is Paul Thorne. Paul, maybe I'd describe his music as sort of blues, rock, Americana, soulful. Okay. He's got sort of a raspy, soulful voice. Singer-songwriter. He's coming with his band. Maybe an interesting tidbit on his career transition to a musician. He started out as a professional boxer. He actually boxed against Roberto Duran on national TV.
Wow.
He didn't win, but then maybe that he decided that
ushered in another career.
Being a musician might be a better line of work or whatever. I've seen Paul live before. I think he's danced with my daughter years ago at one of his shows. He's a lot of fun. He's very entertaining, singer-songwriter, high-quality musician. I think that'll be fun. 9 o'clock, our headliner and last show of the night Friday would be Tommy Castro and the Painkillers. They come out of the Bay Area. It's a blues rock band. And again, we've had Tommy Castro here in Great Falls about a decade or more ago in a Rip Boys show. Puts on a great show. like a lot of things, maybe you get annual Grammy Awards, annual Oscar Awards. Well, in 2022, they had their annual W.C. Handy Blues Awards. And right here in Great Falls, Montana, with Tommy Castro and the Painkillers, we had the winner of 2022 for B.B. King Entertainer of the Year, Best Album of the Year, Best Band of the Year, and he was nominated for Best Song of the Year but did not win that one. So, I mean, we've got a very talented blues musician headlining our show at 9 o'clock Friday night.
Wow. So let me just say, I don't know these people. It's not like they're played on our local radio stations, but the quality of music is absolutely insane. I went down last year not knowing any of the bands, but you enjoy the music. If you just like to listen to good live music, regardless of the fact that they're award-winning.
Right. That minor detail. Right.
Minor issue. There's just amazing things happening, and that's just Friday.
And also, I like the diversity of the styles of music, too, because I think that's something that maybe people assume, not that there's anything wrong with country acts, but I think often Montana or Great Falls is associated with, more country music. And so it's fun to have some more diverse acts. Just hearing you talk about those, I was excited to go hear the sounds, like the different types and styles of music, too.
So you got us wrapped up for Friday.
Yeah.
What's happening Saturday?
So then Saturday we start at 1 o'clock. I already mentioned John Roberts Ypon Blanco's band out of Billings. At 3 o'clock we'll have Chuck Mead and his Grassy Knoll Boys. And
the names of these bands also spectacular. Yeah.
I'm not sure how to
I can do my own names.
Yeah.
Yeah, how to describe Chuck's music. I think I'd describe it as sort of Americana, folk country. He's very entertaining and energetic, a quality guy. I think I first saw him live 15 years ago in Big Sky. He was the opening act for the Doobie Brothers down there, and I was just so impressed with his quality of music.
Yeah.
I followed him since and listened to his music. He was one of the co-founders and lead singer and frontman for a band called BR 549 back in the 90s, who had won a bunch of awards, and now he's moved on to his own band. So, I think he'll put on a great show. 5 o'clock, we'll follow that up with the Suzy Vagas trio. And Suzy Vagas had a number of hits in the 90s as a country singer. I think Outbound Plane, Someday Soon, Letting Go, Hey Cinderella.
Nailed them all.
Yeah. And excuse me. And I've seen her live a number of times too. I think she's a high quality performer. She's been on the main stage at Red Ants Pants a few years ago, and a number of things. I think she'll put on a. Excuse me, I got to get a drink of water.
Yeah, you do that. It's fun to have all. This is just back to back music throughout the day. It's not just one concert a day, but this is all. I mean, we're only 24 hours into this festival here, and we already have all these bands. So
yeah, you're right. We need to stay on track with that too on the production. But on each of the shows, if I give these times, we're 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 on Saturday, and each performance is supposed to be a 90-minute set, with a 30-minute break in between in order to try to be on time and on schedule for the next act. So, that's pretty much what our deal is.
Non-stop live music.
Does it usually happen that way?
I think we were pretty close last year.
Nice.
I mean, sometimes it's a challenge,
impressive.
but, we try to be on time, and you try to do what you can. 5 o'clock, Suzy Vagas, I think she'll put on a great show. And I appreciate what Shannon was saying earlier about some diversity. I mean, it's like art is in the eye of the beholder, whatever it is. People have different tastes. And I think what we tried to have on these 2 days is hopefully a little bit of something that's different enough to appeal to people and have a little bit of something they like. And that can range from, the pure blues with the Tommy Castro to the singer-songwriter Americana. We've got a fair amount of that. We've got some country. And then we've got some really different stuff with John Roberts, Ypon Blanco, as well as Shiny Ribs, and I'll get to Shiny Ribs next.
Shiny Ribs.
Again, another great name.
Right.
Love these names.
So 7 o'clock is Jason Boland and the Stragglers. They were here in Great Falls last year. There's times I like to think with Harvest Howell or this, gee, do you repeat? And maybe with some locals like Melissa Lynn and John Roberts, where we want to support great Montana musicians. Maybe we do on the national ones. Maybe I'd like to try to bring in some variety. But I thought Jason Boland was so good in that last year. They just knocked my socks off, and we had an opportunity where they were, over in Idaho, which is like in our backyard, and it made it feasible. And I thought they were so good, and we wanted to bring them back. They're great. So I'd sort of say Back by Popular Demand is Jason Boland and the Stragglers. And they're sort of a Texas, Oklahoma, red dirt country kind of band.
Yep.
Have some songs that I, love. At my old age, I can hardly remember yesterday, much less trying to remember names or songs. But I mean, some of them, for me would be Somewhere Down in Texas, Pearl Snap Shirts, Proud Souls, Comal County Blues. I mean, they just have a number of great songs, and I think very, very entertaining, and we're happy to welcome them back.
And it's almost, if you haven't hit the red dirt country world yet, I'd almost classify it as original old country, like something you would have heard in the 80s and 90s, kind of with a new, I'm going to say,
new flair to it,
twang to it. Had it not been for your husband, Jason, I wouldn't have known much about red dirt country, but amazing artists that come out of there.
Yeah, he loves red dirt. Is a big proponent of that. It's big in Texas, as you said, where these bands are from. But it's kind of the older style with a new twist or twang to it. So it's different than maybe what you would hear on a quote country station. Now this is kind of back to the roots of country.
And so we are talking about Jason Boland, and the day still isn't done.
Nope.
Right. Keep it going.
It's going to be a long, high-quality day, so maybe try to take a nap in that 30-minute break
that
or something.
30-minute break is nap time. Yep.
But we'll finish off Saturday at 9 o'clock with a band called Shiny Ribs. And that's another one that might be a little bit more difficult for me to describe or whatever. But the lead front man and singer is a gentleman named Kevin Russell. He used to be the lead and front for a band called the Gourds, a couple decades ago that were real popular. He's out of Austin, Texas. Colorful, high energy. Can't wait to see what kind of loud, bright suit and shoes and hats and everything else he wears. He's a character and a dancer. The band is a big production. I think it's about a 9-piece band. I think they have horns, they have backup vocals, dancers, the whole works. It's a high energy.
We posted the picture on our coming soon attraction display here in the office, and I was like, this looks like a party. Like that picture of that group of people just looked like a party. The image that we chose was a big orange suit.
Love it. Yep.
Yeah.
And Sheila, you had sent me a link to the head guy from Shiny Ribs talking about being excited coming to Great Falls. You can just tell in that they're a fun, eclectic group. Yeah.
Yeah, the artists have been great about sending promos about coming to Great Falls.
Yeah.
And they love Montana, first of all, and then to be able to come to Great Falls for the first time is really exciting to them.
Do they have any weird writer requests? We always hear that the artists are like, we need 2 bowls of just green peanut M&Ms. Anything strange like that for the hospitality contracts you're trying
Pulling
to fill?
back the curtain here.
I've heard the same thing, and it's funny. But sorry to disappoint you, Rebecca. We have none of those quirks.
We've got professional people going on.
We've got hospitality demands from all of them, but they're generally reasonable.
That's good.
We'd like some
no
water.
green M&Ms. Yeah, just some water would be great. Yeah. Maybe
so with Shiny
pretzels.
Ribs, I don't know what I'd say. It's sort of, I think I've heard them described as New Orleans rhythm and blues or Memphis horns or funky sound, but they're unique. It's hard to put them in a box or a corner to say this is what they are, but what I think they really are is high energy, entertaining. I think people have a great time. I think I've heard that they have a tradition of maybe ending their last song with a conga line through the crowd or something like that. It's just
I'm there for that.
That one's gonna be a party.
I'm there for that.
Well, yeah, end it with high energy so people can just keep rolling through the night. Let's talk about the venue a little bit because it is fairly unique. You talked about Red Ants Pants, which is just south of us in White Sulphur Springs. Beautiful drive down there. Beautiful drive back to Great Falls as well. But that's out in a field, a lot more space. We're in town. This event happens in one of our 57 city parks in town, right along the river, which is, I think, a unique perspective. Do you agree?
Absolutely. It's so wonderful to be able to be on the river. And the audience is actually looking at the river. The stage is between the audience and the river. Elks Riverside Park is on the riverside, as you might imagine. And I think for people in Great Falls, I usually try to describe it as downstream of the skate park, right close to the horseshoe pits, and that kind of locates it for them. Plenty of good parking. It's a huge area, plenty of space for people to spread out. We'll have food vendors and arts and crafts vendors there. Of course, there will be a beer or two, or a wine glass or two that will be
There's
filled,
Rebecca's deal. Yep.
filled and emptied. And I just think that this is such a bargain. Really, what we're putting on here is such a bargain for the price of the tickets. To get this quality of music back to back to back is really incredible for Montana.
Yeah, it's not just one concert. It's a lot of concerts, like
At
you said,
one
back
time.
to back.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are ticket prices? Where can people find those tickets?
So the easiest way to buy a ticket is to go to bigriverruckus.com. Just spell that out and .com, or just Google Big River Ruckus.
You can find it on our website as well. Visit greatfallsmontana.org.
Ruckus is spelled Ruckus. And so the easiest way is to go there, and you can plug right into the ticket outlet there.
Okay.
And
Easiest.
the costs are Friday night is $30, Saturday night is $40. Combined, both of them, a 2-night is $60. That's incredible to get all that music for $60.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then we have a VIP package for $100.
Ooh, what's the
There it
VIP
is.
Oh, the
package?
VIP package is very nice.
Does
so
it come with a beer?
it comes
all
with a
she wants
special
to know.
line.
Oh.
So one of the
Even
complaints
better.
that we hear about concerts all the time is you have to stand in line too long to get your
Aha.
beer or wine. So we have
Okay.
a special VIP line for
Good
folks.
idea.
And this is a bring your own chair or stand at the rail, which is what Tom and I do. We never bring a chair. We're just standing at the rail. But we have a special reserved seating area for people to put their lawn chairs down. And we have special parking, so you don't have to fight for parking.
Oh.
So,
that
yeah, we'll
seems
have
worth
the
it.
parking
Yeah.
lot at Farmers Union Insurance right there on River Road, about
Just a quick
500
walk
feet
there.
from the venue. So you'll get all of that.
So last year we shut down River Drive for the concert area, so there was no traffic going, in theory, on that
In
road. Is that road going to be shut down again this year?
No, last year we actually opened it back up on the second day of the concert. So this year we decided we're not going to close it. People like to park there. It is close parking. It'll get filled up right away. So there's lots of parking over by the pool and the city lots. There's lots of places to park in Gibson Park as well. But this year we left River Drive open. There's not that much traffic, first of all, on the weekend. So we thought, let's give it a try. We'll leave it open this year and let people be able to park right along the river.
Right.
Just a couple more comments on yours, Sheila. Of course, on the parking on River Drive behind the stage, as you might understand or expect, there'll be a fairly large section blocked off for the bands. They come in big buses and stuff like that, so that won't be available. But and then on the pricing that Sheila gave, which I think was correct, but I forget, those are all the lower advanced prices, and I think, it's a day of show or day before show, they all go up, I think about $10 a day or $20 more for the VIP, if I'm correct.
Yep. Thank you, Tom. That is correct. So you want to go online and you want to buy your tickets early. Don't wait till the last minute, because if you come the day of, it'll cost you $10 more than those prices that we just
Okay.
talked about.
Good to know.
And $20 more for the VIP.
Okay. So plan in advance, which is what you should do anyway. So you can
Right.
come and see both days, come
Yep.
stay with us, be here for both Friday, Saturday.
You can also park over at Gibson Park, which is another one of our city parks, and walk under the tunnel, which I think is a really cool experience.
Coming out of the tunnel to
yes.
just the sound and the crowd.
And you can hear that music, but you can't see the lights necessarily. You can't see the acts. That's how I entered last year. Come under the tunnel and you're like, ooh, you're getting close. Like,
can hear it.
And then you turn the corner and you're like, yes, there it
Just
is.
hits you. Yeah.
So it's a really, build the anticipation.
There you go.
That's what
so
I like.
A little less crowded, a little bit of a walk, then you get the grand entrance and the experience.
And it's,
Okay.
a little romantical if you're there with someone special.
Aw.
Lights
Did you tell
overhead.
Robert that?
No.
That'll spoil it if you tell him that.
Yeah. So that's our concert lineup for Friday and Saturday, our music lineup. What else is happening
You talked about sports.
under your umbrella?
Yeah.
Well,
that you know of?
first of all, let's just jump back to Thursday.
Oh,
So
right.
Great
Oh.
Falls Public Library, which is
Rewind.
a co-sponsor and a very good supporter of this event, they have arranged to have Craig Johnson, who is the author of the
Yes.
Longmire series.
I love
set
that
in
show.
Wyoming.
I haven't read it, but I've watched the whole series.
Right.
Love that
so
show.
he will be doing an author presentation at the Gibson Park Bandshell on Thursday at 7 p.m.
Excellent. Okay.
And
Ooh.
those who buy VIP tickets get to go to a special reception with him at 5 o'clock at the Russell Museum.
Ooh.
So there's another reason to buy a VIP ticket.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So this is an all-inclusive VIP ticket, or is the VIP ticket? There's one VIP ticket for the
No,
Thursday
it's all
event.
inclusive.
It's the
So
whole
if
thing.
you buy
Okay.
the VIP ticket, you get both days
All
of
of
music
those.
with all of those benefits, and you get the reception with Craig Johnson.
Wow.
So
It's a great
Yeah.
deal.
yeah.
You'd be stupid not to do
No,
VIP.
100%. Yeah, VIP is the way to go. Absolutely.
So Arts Fest Montana is going on this weekend, and so there'll be some Arts Fest. The mural workshop is Saturday from 10 to 3, and then all day Arts Fest and the library are going to be painting animal footprints between the Gibson Park and the
Oh,
library.
okay.
Oh, wow.
So that'll be a fun time to
So follow the footprints.
Yes.
The next day.
right.
Okay.
And wear clothes you can get messy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anytime paint is involved, you're gonna want to splatter. And can anyone participate in the footprint painting?
Yes, yes. So we're looking forward to that. And then there's some other kids' activities, face painting and some crafts, and the summer reading celebration, which is to reward the kids that have met their summer reading goals. So those kinds of things. And then on Saturday at 12 p.m. at the Gibson Bandshell, there's a puppet show. It's called The Last Dragon, and that's
Oh.
free. So anyone can come to that. That's free. So those kinds of things. On Friday there'll be some kids activities in the skate park near the skate park from 2 to 4, and at 4 p.m. just before the music starts there will be another puppet show. It's called The Tall Tale of Matty Bow,
Oh.
which sounds interesting to me.
Yeah.
And the performer who puts on the puppet shows is really, really talented. So the kids will love that. So bring the kids down for the 4 o'clock show, stay for some music, and
Yeah.
take them home when they get tired.
There you go. They can nap in between concerts too.
Alongside you.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
And then, so we'll move from our artists over to what we're doing on the sports side. And so the Best Damn Bike Ride fits right in here, correct? That'll be
yeah.
We like the
Saturday.
name.
And if you go on the website, you'll see some more information about that. The Ruckus Pickleball Tournament
Oh.
will
On
be...
the Best Damn Bike Ride, I'm gonna back you up. Are we riding over a dam?
Yes, Cochrane Dam. It's only
Okay.
open.
Yes.
It's only open a couple times a year.
It's not open very often. No,
right.
this
So
is
that's a
unique
really
chance.
special thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I figured with dam in the title, we were heading over a
I
dam.
like it. So you get your exercise in earlier in the day, so then you can earn your beer and go sit and enjoy the music later.
Correct.
Sure.
Correct. And then there's a pickleball tournament, actually 2. One is a kind of pickup, general recreational, and then the other one is the more serious players.
Okay, so I'll go to the first one.
again, more information. And then the Ruckus Disc Golf Tournament is in Warden Park, right here, where you all located. And it's a special kind of tournament that they give you 3 new discs, and those are the discs you use throughout the tournament.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh.
I don't know much about disc golf, except it looks even harder than real golf to me. But I think that there'll be a lot of people coming from out of town for that disc golf tournament.
Is it a Professional Disc Golf Association sanctioned tournament or not?
This one is not, because it
Okay.
uses the special
New.
discs.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But I really want to shout out a compliment to the city of Great Falls for having all of these. They maintain the trail. They have the disc golf, 2 courses in Great Falls, 3, I think, and they also organize the pickleball tournament for us. So Park and Rec in Great Falls is really, really valuable, and we're really good and lucky to have those folks here.
There's a lot of logistics that goes into planning. It's not just here, go play.
And I would agree. Other than them not letting us shoot the gophers
in front of
here
our
in
building,
park,
they don't seem as bad. I do want to bring my dog. My dog's like not proud of this, but she's kind of a bunny killing machine. I try to avoid her killing the bunnies. But I think she would have a field day out here with the gophers. So I'm happy to bring her up someday and let her go crazy.
So, which brings up a good question. Shannon, with her dogs. Can dogs go to the Big River Ruckus?
No, it's just too complicated.
Understandable.
Leave the dogs at
It's just
home.
really difficult. And I think most music venues are saying that now.
Yeah.
It's not your dog, it's the other guy's dog. But
Yeah.
it always just can be problematic. So no dogs.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
Good to
you
know.
put two dogs together that don't like each other. And same with two people that don't like each other.
Yeah, just separate.
Doesn't work
separate
well.
people and dogs. Yeah. Okay, good to know. All right. That's
So
a lot
what
of
else? We've talked about sports. We've talked about music. We've talked about literature. We've talked about foot painting
There's
and
the
face painting.
arts and craft vendors that are around the concert as well. Mm-hmm.
What else do we need to know about what's happening with Big River Ruckus?
I'd say that people in Great Falls should just come down and give it a try. It's just so much fun. And, we don't have experience with that in Great Falls. We haven't had a music festival in Great Falls before. And so I think that this idea is growing and that people are really interested in it. And I just say to the people in Great Falls, you'll love these bands.
Yeah.
You may not love every single one of them, but you'll love most of them. And so come down for the weekend.
Well, and what a neat way to be able to experience, like we were talking about, different kinds of music, maybe something outside the box of what you might normally listen to.
Right.
Yeah.
And a variety. So it's
Definitely.
not just more of the same.
Right.
It's every turn is going to create another twist for your ears.
We also have post parties. So Friday night and Saturday night, you can head over to Montana Pines just across the river from the venue. Don't swim. You can walk on the walking
Don't
bridge.
swim. Yep.
Use
And
the
we'll have a
trails.
great little post party over there.
And of course, Sheila, I agree with all your comments. Please come on down. I love these outdoor live music events and been to a lot of them. Elks Riverside Park is a great venue. I was really impressed last year, and right on the river, the stage, sound production, just a great venue. I think it's a great lineup with some diverse music, like Sheila says. Expect you find something that you enjoy. And it's a relative bargain compared to what things like this cost. So hope you come on down. It'll be a great event.
So, Tom, do you have to work a lot during Big River Ruckus where you won't get to enjoy some of the music?
Any of that?
I'll do both. I'll be backstage making sure the artists are happy, and while they're performing, I'll be enjoying it too.
Getting them their green M&Ms.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, folks, again, when did we say when this was?
We didn't. The
Well, let's
actual
tell
dates.
people.
Yes.
Let's tell people when in August this is.
Coming right up. It's August 11th is the author talk and the reception.
And that's the Thursday.
The Thursday.
Okay.
And then Friday, August 12th, we start with the music at 5 o'clock. And Saturday, we start with the music at 1 o'clock. And again, all the arts and sports are interspersed there. Find out more on our website, bigriverruckus.com.
Thank you so much for putting this together. I mean, it's not simple and it's not easy. And you have to wrangle a lot of folks into the organization and planning of this. So congratulations on doing that.
Yes.
Hey, if anybody wants to volunteer, you can also volunteer on the website. And if you volunteer for a 4-hour shift, you get a free ticket to one day or the other day and a T-shirt. So we're still looking for volunteers to do everything you can imagine. All of the 4 people in this room could do any one of these jobs.
Hint, hint. Yeah.
So jump on that bigriverruckus.com website and go to the volunteer page.
Volunteers there. Okay.
So that's really a solid thing. I'm going to tell you folks, if you're traveling in for this, and you don't even have to be from Great Falls to volunteer for 4 hours, it seems like a win-win.
Absolutely. Well, and then you still get to be part of the event.
Yes.
And then get it for a little bit less of a cost.
And who doesn't love a free T-shirt?
Right?
Will there be T-shirts for sale?
There will be T-shirts for sale. You bet. And
there we go.
if we were visual as well as audio, I just point that Tom's cup has a Big River Ruckus sticker, and that's the design on the T-shirt.
It's a great
Perfect.
design too. I love the colors in it. Mm-hmm.
So we've got everything you need here in Great Falls. In addition to Big River Ruckus, that's kicking off what I'm going to call Arts Fest Montana. We've got that happening. The murals going up. We've got a multicultural fair happening on the 18th.
Yeah, you should really just come and stay for a week or two because there's all the other art events, and then we also have the following weekend is when we have the Russell Reignited, the Western Living Show, all of the other kind of art events happening.
And everything, you've got Newberry concerts in between, so the live music keeps rolling. I can imagine it's a lot like Tom going to the next 3 festivals. Do you just get in a van and drive
and just go
and hang out until you get back here? Or is it down and back?
Down and back.
I really want to sponsor Tom to get a van.
There
now.
you go.
Just travel Montana.
Yeah, I like that. We could do a whole segment with you on your adventures with Tom. Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much for sharing everything. Did we miss anything about what this event is, what people are going to be able to experience, and how freaking amazing it's going to be to just listen to live music and quality live
music with the river in the background at a great cost.
Just a
Other
measure
things
of
happening.
the quality is, I think the tickets that we've sold from people, to people from out of state, as far away as Virginia,
Wow.
Seattle, Idaho,
That's exciting.
North Dakota,
Everybody's hip to it.
Denver. Yeah, there's people that follow these bands, and as soon as they see it appear on the band's website, they look
They're
it
going.
up and say, how much is it going to cost me to get there, and how much is it going to cost me to get in?
Yeah.
And this is a great place to see all those bands. So
We are the
all
winner.
the folks from out of town are coming up too.
And if you want to join us from out of town, we're happy to help you plan your stay here as well and fill your mornings before things get going in the afternoon with this as well.
If you're
There's
not
plenty.
a disc golfer, we've got other options. So hit us up. You can always find us by calling 406-761-4436. We'll see if that is true.
Or we just sent you to some other Great Falls number.
Or you can always email us at information@visitgreatfalls.org. Tom, Sheila, thanks for hanging out with us.
Thank
And
you.
thanks for having us. This is really fun.
Thank you for putting on an event like this that's so valuable to our community and to others to bring in. We're really excited to have this.
Yeah. All you need to do is put a bounty out and people are like, oh, we'll take you up on that.
So good job, Rebecca, for doing that.
Yeah, thank you to our board of directors.
Yep.
And until we see your bright, smiling, happy, healthy face here in Great Falls, we hope you are having an amazing time creating memories with your friends and family.
We're no damn experts as the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, covering what you need to know about this amazing damn town. Damn, that felt good.